All right, in an effort to continue to help chief HR officers get on boards, I just completed a board fundamentals workshop with 50-50 women on boards. I thought I'd highlight a few of the areas that I thought was really interesting. Of course, one of the paths to a board is to get on a nonprofit to make those connections. And one of the coaches talked about getting on a nonprofit that has some really high profile executives, either whether they have national exposure or in your local town. And I know that a friend of mine in Milwaukee, who sat on a lot of high profile nonprofit boards, actually got a lot of her board seats that way. And but the advice they gave was that make sure it's one that you're really passionate about. And I can attest to that. When I was first asked to be CEO of a company, all of a sudden, all these invitations to sit on nonprofit boards came in, and I have to admit, from an ego perspective, I probably accepted one that I wasn't super passionate about and probably should not have. So I thought that was really good advice. Two, they also talked about compensation ranges for these board seats, starting with large cap companies ranging from 200 to 250K a year, mid cap companies 150 to 200, small cap 50 to 150, foundations 30 to 50, and then private company boards anywhere from 12 to 50. All right, so some of the areas of expertise that they highlighted that I thought was really relevant for chief HR officers is number one, obviously ESG, and specifically with diversity. Compensation and benefits was another one that was highlighted, and cultural transformation was another area. And then they also talked about M&A experience, and I know a lot of HR leaders have a ton of M&A experience. One of the coaches also talked about how often when companies are looking to add more women on boards, they go to their trusted advisors, or their attorneys, their accountants, their bankers, to say, who do you know who would be a good culture fit for us? And the importance of being visible, right? Not just digitally, but being visible in the work that you're doing with these folks, being a team player, being well liked, being a strategic thinker, were all very important. The other thing that I thought was really interesting is that often when boards are looking to add someone, they go to a search firm only 40% of the time. The other 60% is really through referrals. But when they do use a search firm, very often they already have a list, right? So they already have a list put together of who they want the search firm to go after, and then the search firm actually does the vetting. So building your network and making sure that you're connected to those folks who can make that recommendation. And we're not talking just search firms, obviously, right? It's going to be the people who are actually on boards and can recommend you. So focusing on that network, making sure that they know that you're interested in being on a board and having great positioning and personal branding is really critical to getting on a board. All right, so obviously the workshop was like an hour and a half, and I can't possibly go through everything that we learned, but it was highly valuable. If you're interested in learning more about 50-50 Women on Boards, I'll drop a link to their website in the comments.